He's the fellow who started the Stop the Steal rally, which turned into January 6th. He's the one that had those permits. They were under his name. And he was the one that was raising money for it and all this stuff. And it turns out that in the past couple of months, he's been caught pressuring a 15-year-old boy to have sex with him and asking for nudes from a 17-year-old. And so this is the guy that the Publix here. You know, we have a supermarket chain down here called Publix down in Florida. And it turned out the heir to the Publix fortune was offering up to $3 million to fund this coup. Okay, so when you go shopping in Publix, just stop and think about that. Because one of the people she was funding was this Ali Alexander, who has now come out and admitted that, well, yes, what is it? There's a phrase for this that they call it. Oh, where is this? Yeah, he sent a picture to this kid. Show me your eggplant with the eggplant emoji. You know, because he wanted to see the kid's penis. Where is this? There's a phrase he used about being same-sex attraction. He's been struggling with SSA, which is a conservative Christian acronym for same-sex attraction. So he's been struggling with this. This same-sex attraction. You know, he's fighting it off as good as he can. Okay. You know, while he's being funded by Publix. And, you know, when he's not overthrowing the government, he's fighting off this temptations to approach little teen boys and ask them for sex and ask them for nude pictures. He's been fighting it, okay? But he does admit that he did this. Okay, when I flirted or others have flirted with me, I flexed my credentials or dropped my corny pickup lines. Other times I've been careless and should have qualified those coming up to me. Oh, because everyone's just dying to get into bed with Ali Alexander. You look at this guy; he's a total nerd, man. But the other thing too is, guess who stuck up for him, man? The Proud Boys. Which one of these Proud Boys went on a radio show and tried to get the host to apologize for accusing Mr. Ali Alexander of what he's admitted to. Amazing. And don't forget, too, he's not the first one. You got that Milo Yiannopoulos guy, too, man, who came out with those statements about priests and, and having sex with young boys, too. And he's working for Marjorie Taylor Greene now. He's working for a sitting congressman, some kind of speechwriter or something. I don't know what he's doing over there. I can't find this part about the Proud Boys. Nick. Wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't the Proud Boys. It might have been this Nick Fuentes who went on there. I thought it was Proud Boys. Nick Fuentes was one. The podcast has said that he believed that Nick Fuentes, who's that white kid, the white supremacist kid that was with Kanye when went to meet with Trump, that's the guy. It wasn't the Proud Boys. It was this other guy. Nick Fuentes. I got him confused with that other guy, the Proud Boys guy. Oh, boy, what a mess, man. I should have took a better look at that. But check it out. It's in the New York magazine. The far right is roiled by an underage sex scandal. So check that out. But yet another. I might want to call it yet another underage sex scandal. It seems like they happen so often. We have to start giving them names like hurricanes. Name them like hurricanes, Okay. There's been several incidents this past week which are just downright insane. And it's just when I moved down to Florida here, I noticed that the people down here, they're very ready to fight, the road rage. There's a lot of, people pulling guns on each other and stuff. I went on a date one night down by the beach, and we heard some people shooting off guns, There's a lot of this just weird stuff. Florida, man, look it up. But down here, there's this thing where you see them online, and they're talking about, this is my Second Amendment right. Come to my doorway, and I'm going to shoot you, blow your head off. I got my .357 Magnum here. I got my Glock, 44. My 238 grain lead hollow points. It's like it's all this jargon, these idiots. But they're totally willing to shoot their neighbor, to shoot the kid down on the corner, for stealing a bike or for ruffling through their glove compartment in their car, if they leave the door unlocked, they Second Amendment, shoot a kid over a bike. Okay, and they're all in agreement with this. It's okay to shoot a kid over a bicycle, a stolen bicycle. Okay, there's been several incidents this week. One was this young girl on this rural road pulled into some guy's driveway. She was trying to make a U-turn. She pulled in this guy's driveway by mistake, and the guy's on his porch there pulls out his gun and shoots her in the car. No threat, no. Oh, she was on my property. And this is what people are thinking, I did a whole show about Play Misty for Me, that movie with Clint Eastwood, and about how, he starts dating, he's on the radio, so, you meet a lot of crazy people when you're hosting a radio show, trust me, okay? God, some of them are not too crazy either. It appears that they're being paid to do what they're doing. It would appear, okay? They're openly, applying to be recruited, for certain agencies, openly. Okay, and then turn around and their full-time job is stalking Ed Hoffman. But Ed, you're just being paranoid. It's just a misunderstanding. So Clint Eastwood in this film Play Misty for Me, this woman becomes obsessed with him and she tries to kill his girlfriend, his on and off girlfriend. She's dating him for a while. She's acting nuts. And at the last scene of the movie, there's this knockdown, drag-out fight between him and her, and he kills her. And in the movie, you see him, he's sitting there in his living room, and they're wheeling the body out on a stretcher. And the detectives are there, and they're patting him on the shoulder. You okay, buddy? And they give him a cup of coffee. Hey, you all right, buddy? Oh, boy, it was self-defense. We can all see that. Where in reality, because we see it's self-defense, we watch the movie. We see what's going on. But when the cops enter that house and they see a dead body and a guy is dating that woman and he's in the same house, they're going to put the cuffs on that guy right away. And the odds are, okay, self-defense or no self-defense, whatever you think, that guy's going to jail that night, okay? And he's going to have to hire a lawyer. And in many cases, he's going to plead guilty because he can't afford a lawyer. You're facing 50 years, you're facing prison, it's a death penalty. But if you plead guilty, you can get out in 10 years. And you got to take that deal. It's sort of what happened to Mr. That cop I was just telling you about, until this time. So people have it in their head that they can just shoot anybody that steps on their property or knocks on their door. There was another young man knocked on this guy's door, was looking for his little brother. It was the wrong house. And the guy opens up the door, shoots the kid, and then when the kid's lying down on the ground, he shoots him again. The kid jumps up and he goes running for help, and our neighbor pulls a gun on him too, and then has him kneel down and put his arms up and hands up and stuff like that. Now, you might say, well, okay, Ed, it's a rural road. Someone comes on your property. Maybe the guy had a problem with somebody else. He shoot first. He don't want to take any chances. Okay, Ed, the guy, the little doorbell, is an old man. The kid comes at the door. Maybe who knows what this kid, maybe was acting aggressive. Maybe. But what about the one with the cheerleaders? Okay, what about the one with the cheerleaders? Okay, these cheerleaders, I think there's 4 of them in his car, these high school cheerleaders. And you know how high school cheerleaders are. They're all bubbly and giggling and, talking about boys and, all this stuff. After their cheer practice, Tanya couldn't miss the jump again. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, what's going on in that car? Okay. And they pull up to this shopping center where there's one of these cheerleaders who was like a superstar cheerleader, it seems to be too. They were just at some superstar training session. And she sees what she thinks is her car. She walks up to the car, and maybe she touched one. The first story said that she opened up the door and climbed into the car. Okay, but that story's changed since. And then she just walked up to the car. So it wasn't her car, and ran back to the car with the girls. And this guy jumps out of the car, and he shoots into the car and shoots her and another girl in his car. Another incident of people just being so isolated, detached, obsessed with their guns. The solution in the United States of America right now is that there's a problem, shoot at it. Okay, that's it. Don't tell me about school shootings and this stuff and how. By the way, too, I'm at a point now, where I think we've reached a tipping point, and I'm starting to agree with these nuts that we all need to be armed. Okay, you're kind of right, man. Things have gotten. We've reached a tipping point. There's 300 million guns out there, and most of them are in the hands of crazy people. crazy right-wing nuts that are sitting home watching Fox News. They're in these Trump caravans and stuff like that. They're the ones that own the gun stores too, man. We got to get these guns in our possession before they stop selling them to us. Okay, okay, guys, because things can get worse. They look like they're getting worse. It looks like there's much more division every day in this country, okay? And the one side has a lot of guns, and then you got these liberal Democrats telling, oh, no, we must put a stop to the guns. Well, we've passed that point. The guns are here, okay? You're not going to go door to door and retrieve all these guns. No one is. It's impossible. It can't be done, okay? So then I think it's in our best interest for we all have access to guns now. Since there's maniacs shooting up schools, let's shoot it up. Okay, you know what? What are we going to do? Okay, what are we going to do? There's no other solution. We're not going to change the advertising, the TV, and people's morals and education, all this stuff. We're not going to change all that. Okay, and suddenly people are going to be care about human life and care about their fellow citizens. That's just not going to happen. If we would start with the healthcare system, if we cared about someone sitting next to us, we don't care. We don't care about the homeless. We don't care about the poor. We don't care about hungry children. We don't care. We got guns. If there's a problem, we're going to shoot at it. So we would get the solution to being shot at is shoot back first. Okay. Then there was another one where this guy's sitting on his porch in a basketball. Some kids are playing basketball a couple of houses down, and the ball gets away and rolls onto his front lawn, and he starts shooting. Shoots a 6-year-old kid and some adults. Takes off, and hits the road, man. I think they got him in custody now. But what are you going to do, man? Just wild, crazy, crazy stuff out there. 29 minutes in, very good. We got plenty of time. There's a big story came out this week about how the Menendez brothers, how their father, there's a lawsuit now, but one of the, or an allegation at least, that one of the members of Menudo was molested by the father of the Menendez brothers. Now, I've known about this. The Menendez brothers used to go to Michael Jackson's house. Okay, Menendez, the father, used to drop them off at Neverland Ranch, and I know this for a fact. Okay, because I was hired at one point to verify some information that was in a documentary about Michael Jackson, and I recovered a lot of records and material in that effort, and also talked to a lot of people. And that's how I heard this story about who was an architect that was a friend of the Menendez father. And he would take the Menendez brothers over there to Michael Jackson. And also, too, the story came out this week. One of these pedophile poachers, one of these YouTube pedophile catchers, that they catch people talking to kids online, CC Unit. And he busted this guy named, it was the guy who played Mighty Duck. And he also played Chucky. He was like a stuntman. Ed Gale is the guy's name. And very interesting, there's a picture of this guy, Ed Gale, when he was a very young man with Michael Jackson, too, as well. And now this guy's going off molesting people. So anyway, that's another story that's out there this week. There was a teaser on TMZ saying, oh, they're going to be looking at a new trial. I don't think they're going to get a new trial. Not based on this. This has been known for a long time. Okay, if his lawyers thought they could make a case out of this, they would have. A lot of times there's other kind of blackmailing things going on that you don't know. Mike Lindell has to pay $5 million because he started a contest. Prove Mike wrong. Prove me wrong that this election wasn't stolen. And this fella, Frieden, from Nevada. By the way, I have a connection to this guy because one time I had gotten some material and some certifications from a digital forensic vendor. And they had mailed it to him by mistake. And so he packaged it up and he mailed it to me, to Accurate Information, that company I had in Nevada. And said to me, hey, Ed, let's, there aren't too many digital forensic investigators in town. Let's get together and meet up. And I never got around to it. But nice guy, nice enough to mail me my stuff, didn't charge me anything, didn't bug me about it. Very nice guy. So anyway, he's the one that won this $5 million prize. Just think if we would have become best friends and partners. I'd be sitting on $5 million myself, but that's the way things go with Ed Offerman here, and I can't get along with people. That's a problem I got there. Can't get along with people. Oh, we're working on this thing. I don't know what happened. I stumbled on these recordings of Pat Cooper on the Howard Stern show, And where he's going on and on about, I am a genius of myself. What about it? What about it? And he gets Lola Falana. He gets all upset about these injustices that have been done to him. He's fighting with his kids. He's fighting with his mom. Other comedians he's fighting with. All this stuff up in the Catskills. He's fighting with Howard. And so I want to take